Welcome to the Great Basin Prescribed Fire and Smoke Transport Briefing for Monday, March 20th. Over the last 7 to 14 days, we've continued to have precipitation move across the Great Basin, and most areas have seen above normal precipitation. Some holes have been over parts of southern and central Nevada and into parts of southern Idaho that have seen below normal precipitation. Over the last 72 hours, we've seen generally light snowfall across the area, but some areas we've had a couple pockets where we've had some higher elevation snowfall, and then into the Sierra we've seen several new inches of new snowfall. The snow depth is indicated on the right, and the snowpack is still fairly healthy in the north, generally near normal across Idaho and Wyoming, and still well above normal across all of Nevada, Utah, down into Arizona. The satellite loop from this morning shows a very active storm pattern. We have westerly flow pushing moisture across the Great Basin today, with a weaker system moving into Oregon, which will continue to generate snow showers and rain showers across the Great Basin. However, looking further west, we have several systems on their way, and this will continue to have an active weather pattern this week with wet weather moving across the west. Looking at our weather pattern for later today, again, the system in the north pushes through. This will again cause snow showers and rain showers across the Great Basin, and they will increase later today over eastern areas. And then we will have additional moisture moving into Southern California heading into Tuesday. So we will see precipitation moving up from the south into the Great Basin over the next couple of days. Otherwise, fire potential will remain low. Transport winds today, as these systems move through, will definitely kick up the winds. So we will see gustier winds across Nevada and into Utah and really many areas of the Great Basin. So really aren't anticipating many inversions going through the day today. Mixing heights will remain moderate to high. Relative humidity will be lower today over parts of western Nevada, but will be higher everywhere else, and certainly no concerns with fire potential. And then again, the dispersion will remain quite good, especially across Nevada up into southwest Idaho and southern Utah, northern Arizona, where those transport winds are a little gustier. Not quite as good further east, but again, we will see some pockets of good ventilation. As we move into Tuesday, this is where the next storm system moves into the west coast. So again, we will be seeing increases in moisture yet again on Tuesday, moving across the Great Basin. And transport winds will certainly increase as this next system moves in on Tuesday, so we will see gustier winds across much of Nevada, and then also into southern areas of the Great Basin with continued moderate to high mixing heights. Relative humidity as this moisture moves in will obviously increase, and dispersion will be quite good across much of the area, with the exception of the far north and far eastern side of the Great Basin. As we move into Wednesday, this system continues to track further east, so we will continue to see yet another system continuing moisture with the area, so continued rain and snow showers with low fire potential. And then the gustier winds on Wednesday will shift a little bit further east into the eastern half of the Great Basin with moderate to high mixing heights. On Wednesday, relative humidity remains high with good dispersion across the area. And temperatures today will be fairly mild, especially over the western half of the Great Basin, but as these systems move through, we will see these temperatures fluctuate going through the week with cooler temperatures at times and then continuing into the weekend. Forecast amounts of precipitation for the next 3 days. You can see obviously good amounts of precipitation everywhere across the Great Basin. Some of the heaviest areas obviously will be across anywhere from Arizona up into Utah, and then the eastern and southern half of Nevada. As we move into Thursday, we have another system moving into the Pacific Northwest. So again, still unsettled weather across the Great Basin going into later this week with good dispersion as these winds remain elevated as these systems move through. On Friday, this system starts to track east, but still some unsettled weather in the north. And then as we move into Saturday, again, continued unsettled weather across the region, and then Sunday, possibly a quick break, but we still have these areas of low pressure off the west coast, so the stormy pattern certainly will not end anytime soon throughout the month. The precipitation accumulation for Thursday through Saturday is certainly lighter than what we'll see here in the next few days, but still, again, bringing showers to many areas, with the exception of possibly the far south. And then going into the Saturday through Monday time period, again, not quite as much precipitation, but still unsettled, so we will have occasional showers going into the weekend. And then the 7-day total precipitation, just taking into account all of the precipitation, obviously much of that falling within the next few days. The 8 to 14 day outlook taking us from March 27th to April 2nd still shows cool temperatures and above normal precipitation taking us throughout the rest of March and heading into the early part of April. That concludes our webcast for today. Check back on Wednesday for the latest updates.